As we journey through the wasteland, in the distance you can see a large statue dominating the horizon. As we approach it, we can see that it depicts two men. One a desert ranger, the other an NCR ranger. The statue depicts when these two unified under the NCR in the year 2271 and began to protect the wasteland together. The statue is also a landmark for the NCR's Mojave outpost. This outpost is the main connection to the Long 15, the main trade route to California and much of the West. But due to the conflict with Caesar's Legion, all trade has been halted and all caravans are stopped and made to stay at the outpost. At this outpost, there are two buildings. One is an office building and the other is a recreation area. There are many NCR soldiers, traders, and caravans at the outpost.
Howdy.
Hey there, need anything?
We won't go quiet. The Legion can count on it.
As we enter the main building, we can see that it is full of NCR soldiers walking about, waiting to get orders from Ranger Jackson.
Patrolling the Mojave.
Ranger Jackson is the man that is responsible for all the soldiers here, and why any of the caravans are not allowed to leave, because he views the roads as too dangerous. As we talk to Ranger Jackson, we can ask him if there is anything we can do to help out.
In the old Brahmin pen.
He will start to say there's nothing we can do, but then he will change his mind and send us to clear out an infestation of ants down the road. This will open up the roads to trade and caravans.
Help? Now look, I appreciate... you know what? Yes, I could use the help. And you look like you can handle yourself. I need to get the caravans moving again. That means clearing a path north. There's too much crawling the asphalt up the road to allow it. Thanks, I appreciate it. Come back here when you're done. I might accidentally lose some supplies to pay you with. Hey,
After we take out the ants for Ranger Jackson, we can then go back and talk to him and tell him that we have completed this task. He will then reward us with some lost supplies,
you might accidentally get supplies.
which consists of various things you can eat and a service rifle. Service rifle being the main issued arm that NCR soldiers are given. After we finish with Ranger Jackson, we can then head over to the recreation area. After we go to the recreation area, we can see that there is another ranger on the roof. This ranger goes by the name of Ranger Ghost.
Morning.
Ranger Ghost will then ask if you are willing to do a job for her. She will then tell you to go check out the town of
courier.
Nipton because she has not seen
So,
any traffic
this might be
to
your
and
lucky
from
day.
the town.
If you don't
And
mind
she has seen
walking a
smoke
bit, and your eyes are
rising
good.
from the town center.
I think there's trouble in Nipton. No traffic from there on the roads. And while I can explain that away, smoke from the town I can't. I'm sure it's been hit. What I need to know is if they survived it. Might be powder gangers with all that smoke in the air. If there's anybody left, they'd be in the Nipton town hall. Go there. Check it out. Let me know what you find. All right. Look at you. All fired up and ready to go. Wish the others around here had that kind of attitude. Listen, I don't want you getting killed for this. So if you head there and run into trouble, I'm asking for eyes and ears, not your life. All right? Not much to tell. One of the worst posts in the NCR if you're looking to be anything more than a babysitter. Full up here, but just enough so we can't send out patrols. Gotta maintain a standing force. Jackson's orders. NCR's orders. Can't spare men for patrols or escorts, so caravans are backing up here like a Brahmin with a bottle in its ass. Typical NCR bullshit.
As we approach Nipton, we see a man at the entrance cheering and shouting that he has won the lottery. This man is named Oliver Swanik. He will say that he has won the lottery and that he is no longer with the powder gangers. And as tradition goes, in New Vegas,
Never felt better.
we have to shoot Oliver and then enter the town.
What lottery? The lottery. That's what lottery. Are you stupid? Only lottery that matters. Oh my God! Smell that air.
Oliver will not go into detail on what the lottery means,
What? I mean, yeah, it used to be.
and
sure.
as we complete the
No
tradition of
more.
New Vegas,
Powder
we will
gang,
enter the town and see a
small town, man.
horrifying sight.
I'm a winner. I won the motherfucking lottery. Later.
We see piles of burning tires, trash spread throughout the street, smoke filling the air. And as we head onto the main street, we see people crucified alive, bodies laid everywhere. And we see a group of people in armor with flags displayed, a symbol of a bull. And the man leading them is a man with a coyote pelt helmet.
Don't worry.
The
I
man
won't
introduces
have you
himself
lashed to
as
a cross
Volpes
like the rest
Inculta,
of these
and will
degenerates.
say he will spare
It's
you,
useful that you happen by.
but will only do this
I
if
want
you
you to
witness and
witness the
remember
fate
what
of
they
the
have
town
done
of
to the
Nipton,
town, and will tell you
to
to tell
memorize
any
every
NCR
detail.
troops what happened to Nipton.
And then, when you move on,
He will then tell
I
you
want
about
to
the
teach
sins and
everyone
crimes
they
that
need the
Nipton has
lesson
committed,
that
and that the
Caesar's
Legion
Legion
has
taught
trapped the
you,
town and punished them
especially
one by
any
one
NCR
while the rest of
troops
the
you run
town
across.
watched. These atrocities ended with 2 winners. We saw the first place winner, but the second place
Where
winner
to begin?
is a man named
That they are
Boxcars.
weak, and we are
He has had his
strong.
legs beaten and
This
broken
much
and was
known
left to
already.
live
But
to spread the
depths of their
atrocities
moral
of the Legion.
sickness, their dissolution.
In different playthroughs, you can
Nipton
handle
serves
this
as the
in many
perfect
ways,
object
but in
lesson.
my playthrough, I casually talk to
Nipton was
Volpes
a
and
wicked
Colta
place,
and the different members of the
debased and
Legion
corrupt.
and tell them about the pros and
It's where
cons
it
of
all
their ways of
comes,
handling
so
those
long as
who
they
are opposed
paid.
to the Legion's ways.
Profligate troops, powder gangers, men of the Legion. Such
You
as
can
myself.
also
The people
do
here
what
didn't
Volpes and
care.
Colta says
It was a
and tell
town
NCR
of
soldiers at the
whores.
outpost
For a
what has
pittance, the
happened,
town
and
agreed
you
to
will
lead
gain
those it had
fame
sheltered
with
into
the
a
Legion
trap.
and infamy with the
Only when I
NCR.
sprang it did they realize they were caught inside it too. Yes, and herded them to the center of town. I told them their sins, the foremost being disloyalty. I told them that when legionaries are disloyal, some are punished, the others made to watch. And I announced the lottery. Each clutched his ticket, hoping it would set him free. Each did nothing, even when loved ones were dragged away to be killed. Ha! Innocent. Hardly. Cowardly, though. They outnumbered us, yet not once did they try to resist. They stood and watched as their fellows were butchered, crucified, and burned. One by one, they stood and hoped their turn would not come. Each cared only for himself. As are all crimes, if you feel strongly about it, attack us, and soon you won't feel a thing.
The town of Nipton was ran by a man named Joseph Stein, who was essentially a con man. After the mass breakout at the NCRCF, he extended his hand to the newly formed powder gangers and told them that Nipton was open for trade and offered many services. He would offer these services to the powder gangers in the day, and at night, he would open the doors to NCR soldiers. The services Stein offered were mainly prostitution and chems. Stein's greed would, however, be the town's downfall. He sought to arrange a deal with Caesar's Legion to hand over NCR soldiers and powder gangers in return for caps and trade with the Legion. Volpes Inculta was disguised as Mr. Fox to not alert anyone in the town that Caesar's Legion was coming. He would offer Stein 8,000 caps for the powder gangers and NCR soldiers. Unbeknownst to Stein, Volpes Inculta was never going to honor his deal. He then used a small force of legionnaires to round up the citizens and residents of the town, along with the powder gangers and NCR. Any who resisted were killed. Those who didn't resist were all gathered and forced to play the lottery. Each person was given a lottery ticket, and then when their number was called, they would be decapitated, crucified, enslaved, or burned alive. When Stein's number was called, he was burned alive on a pile of tires. After we kill the Legion members at the front of the town hall, we can mercy kill those who were crucified and then enter the town's main building. There's not much of importance in the main building, other than a few caps, supplies, and various lottery tickets. we can enter the mayor's office and check out his terminal. His terminal is mainly filled with entries talking about how he can possibly return to the hub with all the caps he's making from both the Powder Gangers and the Legion. He goes into detail about the different services and things he's offering in the town, and then is bragging to the friend he is writing to that he's now the mayor. In one of the last entries, he will mention how he's talking to a man named Mr. Fox. He knows that Mr. Fox is a member of the Legion because this is Volpes Inculta, as we have stated before. Reading these entries is very chilling because we have seen what has happened to the town. And this is what his greed has gotten him. We can then enter a building in the town, and we can see the second place winner. This is Boxcars. He will ask us for any medics to help numb the pain, or he will ask us for all the medics we have so he can kill himself.
And then in walks the Powder Gangers' grim fucking
Boxcars will then
What
tell
the fuck
you
have
that
got
some
against
of
us,
the
man?
Legion took the
Jesus
enslaved
fucking
citizens
Christ. If
and
you
were
want
heading
me
away
dead,
from the
just give me
town.
15 medics and I'll fucking OD for you, okay?
You will then get a quest
Fuck.
and can go
I don't
save the
know.
members
I
of the
just love
town
it
who
here.
were
What
enslaved
the
and
fuck
kill
do
the
you
Legion
think,
members.
asshole? Prize for second place was
I
got
killed
to live,
Boxcars here
but
and
they
failed
beat
the
my
quest,
fucking legs
but
with
you can
hammers.
pass this quest and
Fucking
gain
crippled,
much
get it?
fame with the NCR.
Bullshit. You're holding. You just want it all for yourself. The Legion happened. What the fuck's it look like? Luck, that's how. I'm just that fucking lucky. You're looking at the second place winner of the Nipton lottery. That asshole Swanick took first place. So him they let walk. It ain't like we came to Nipton to play it. Me and my crew had it worked out to kidnap some NCR troopers who come to town to get laid. Had it all worked out with the scumbag mayor. We were gonna ransom them off, keep their weapons for ourselves, a nice score. We get in position, and next thing we know, we're surrounded by those fucking Legion freaks. They dragged us and everybody else into the center of town. And that asshole with a dog on his head, he starts talking about how we're bad people. He said we needed to be punished for what we did. Not all of us, but some of us. And then he gives everyone a fucking lottery ticket. What do you think? He started drawing tickets and that's how people got punished. First up was the lucky losers. They got decapitated. Guess that's lucky cause it's pretty quick. Then came the crucifixions. God damn, but those went on and on and on. Third place runners-up got enslaved. I got the fuck beat out of my legs. In the winter, they let go free. Him? When his ticket came up, they burned him alive on a pile of tires. Yeah, a bunch of those Legion fucks dragged him off right away. They were headed east, if you're feeling heroic. Don't act like you'd be doing me a favor. I don't give a fuck.
Heard you helped out Jackson. Thanks for that. Caravans are still waiting for clearance to move out, but at least there's movement.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
After we finish in
You
Nipton,
check
we
out
can
the
head
Nipton
back
Town
to
Hall
the
yet?
Mojave outpost
Smoke
and
trail's
tell
not
Ranger
getting any
Ghost
shorter.
about what has happened. She'll be unnerved and angry
Legion this far west?
about how close the
You're
Legion
fucking
has gotten
kidding
into
me.
the wasteland
That's
and what
not
they've done to
outside the
Nipton.
border. They're moving in, and fast. Nipton wasn't the most friendly town, but... Alright, thanks for checking on that. Wish it set my mind at ease. Now I'm more on edge than ever. Unless you burn the town, don't take blame that's not due. Things are gonna get uglier before the year's out. Well, thanks for hoofing it there and back, even if it was bad news. Wish we could spare the troops to go hunting, but orders are to stay put. Fucking Mojave's going to hell, and all I can do is sit here and watch.
After we complete the quest with Ranger Ghost, we can then head into the NCR Outpost's recreation area. As we enter, we can see several soldiers, a bartender, beds, tables, supplies. We can also see a lone citizen drowning her sorrows at the bar.
Looking for trouble?
This person's name is Rose of Sharon Cassidy.
Keep those eyes up and turning.
You can call her
or I'll set 'em
Cass.
spinning. Got no time
She'll be
for
angry with you at
talkers or
first.
anyone
You can
looking
then
for
ask her if
something
she's
I
okay.
ain't selling.
She will proceed to tell you about what has happened to her caravan, that she can't leave because her caravan papers are still active, marking her
Alright.
as the owner. And
No, I'm not
caravans being
alright.
locked down due to the
Drinking's
roads
to
being
forget.
unsafe, she is
That's
unable to
only
leave.
getting me mad instead.
She will direct you to
Whiskey
talk to the
always
Crimson
makes me tear
Caravan
up now more
Company,
than ever. Drinking used
talk to
cause
them
me
about
so much
possibly
trouble out
selling
west. Before I punched
her
enough people
caravan's
that
title.
was, and they
You will
learned to
then get a
lay low
quest
and
called
never
Heartache
sweat
by
it.
the Number. We will tackle this quest at a later date.
Lost my caravan heading north. The driver burned to ash. And they didn't even take the cargo, they just burned that too. My guess is Legion. They're trying to cut NCR supply line, and the Mojave outpost is proof. Got us locked up tighter than a New Vegas virgin. No caravans in, out, and just try arguing with Jackson about it. Roads aren't safe, he says. No shit, you washed out old fuck up. I didn't need a Brotherhood scribe to tell me that. Yeah, he's been with NCR so long, all he can see is the worst outcome of everything. So he doesn't do anything. Jackson won't let me head north. It's not safe. And even though my caravan's gone, my caravan papers are keeping me here. So if you came here for work, my advice, go find the Crimson Caravan branch south of Vegas. They can help you out. No shit. Drinks on me then. Still, not like I'm going anywhere. Caravan title's still keeping me here, even though it's dead and gone. What's on your mind? You're looking at it. It's a watering hole without much to brag about. It's like a Brahmin drive gone wrong. Supposed to be a gate north, but you come here, you get caught in the pen. Better to head back home. If you don't have a gun and a will, don't matter much what you do when you reach here, except stare at that fucking monument outside. Don't even tell me you missed it coming in. It's like NCR showing its dick to all the East. If the Republic put as much effort into protecting the East as they put into those two asinine giants outside, then they'd be worth that monument. Statues of two men shaking hands covered in blood. Don't seem to be nothing to brag about. I'm speaking figurative. Isn't any blood on their damn hands. Of course, when Caesar comes walking through here, there'll be blood for real. And after the blood dries in the sun, he'll melt that piece of jet-induced sculpture down and reshape it into a bull, which by my reckoning is making up for a deficiency of his. But no matter what the state of his pecker, he's sure giving the West a good fucking.
Cass will
Once a
then tell you her
ranger,
views on the
once an
NCR and the Legion.
trooper. supposed to
She will then
represent
show her
unification,
distaste for the
lust and
NCR,
lust.
saying that they are
Such shit.
spineless
As far
and
as
that
those
it's
two
full,
iron
full of
lovebirds
bureaucratic
go, they've got more
nonsense.
spine you'll see in a year from the NCR
She'll then tell you
government.
what she thinks the statue means, and you can then correct her by telling her that it
Maybe
is
you're
an
right.
NCR ranger and a
Brimcats
desert
always
ranger.
throw me off. Well,
Cass is an
fine,
excellent
whatever.
source for
We can be shaking
exposition
each other's dicks. Wouldn't
and
change the
small bits
Mojave
of
now.
lore. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I apologize about the lack of uploads and content. I was busy with work and personal matters and didn't have a lot of time to record, but I promise I will upload as often as I can. Please like, comment, and subscribe.